Hi, I'm Mariam Asudar, and as you can see, in collaboration with my colleagues, we looked at how augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality are used for training in health professions education. Here, I'll take you quickly through the poster that we made. We looked at a lot of things. Amongst them, I can look at and I can point out to looking at the distribution of papers that looked at AR, VR, and MR in health professions education. As you can see, we looked at a span from 2015 to 2021. And as you can see, well, there is a growing trend in using AR, VR, and MR in medical education for teaching of our students and learning. You can also see the study domain and population. For example, we could see a lot of the studies that we looked at where AR, VR, MR were used were for bachelor education and mainly for teaching of anatomy. There was also an abundant number of studies where residency training, and particularly in surgery, were using AR, VR, and MR. Another thing was that we looked at were the educational theories used in the use of AR, VR, and MR in education, so the instructional design. What we saw was that there were cognitive theories used and evidence-based learning. There was self-paced learning, self-regulated learning, self-directed learning, mastery learning, persistent active learning, so serious games. Also, not many theories behind it, but the ones that we did find in the studies that we were looking at were these educational theories or educational design in the design of education. The behavioral outcomes, most of the studies used cognitive skills. They wanted to train cognitive skills with AR, VR, and MR. There were also studies that you wanted to train psychomotor skills or affective skills. As you can see, only 3%. There were a bunch of studies that had a mixed skill training, mainly with cognitive and psychomotor skills. But as you see, 41% of the studies that we looked at were focused on cognitive skills training. Now, the rationale behind using AR, VR, and MR, mainly it was immersive training. They wanted to take the students into the environment, but because of different reasons, it was not possible. So immersive training with AR, VR, MR was much easier. Providing a safe controlled setting, also practicing with high complex scenarios, but in a safe environment. There were also time limitations. So to compensate for any of these, the studies used AR, VR, or MR. And then there were also, we also looked at the outcomes and the findings of these studies. And as you can see, most of the studies were experimental studies. So they were designed actually to see what the outcome would be. So mainly experimental studies. There were also usability and feasibility studies among the AR, VR. As you see, the majority of studies, and that this is how we have pictured it here. And in conclusion, I have to say that generally, there was a lack of instructional design theories or models guiding the use of AR, VR, MR technologies for teaching and learning. And there is need for research to better understand the impact and advantages of costly AR, VR, MR tools in education. Thank you for listening.